Creed is back.
It's been surreal. The timing just felt right, and there was sort of a buzz in the air, you know, fan support that were sort of calling for it. And we finally woke up and listened. You know, I definitely sort of really crafted a lot of my early drumming years in front of people.
Dude, it's just like hit after hit.
Come on.
It's gonna be a Creed party.
Absolutely.
Scott Phillips is the drummer for the rock bands Creed and Alter Bridge. As a founding member of Creed, his drumming helped shape some of the band's biggest hits like My Own Prison, Higher, and My Sacrifice. After Creed, Scott continued his career with Alter Bridge, bringing his signature style to hits like Metalingus, Blackbird, and Isolation. He's best known for his rock-solid timing, deep pocket, and creative drum parts, drawing influence from legends like Matt Cameron, Will Calhoun, Carter Beauford, and John Bonham. Please welcome Scott Phillips to Drumeo. Yeah, man. There it is.
I forgot about the slowing down at the end. We do it a double chorus at the end live.
Yeah.
So
It's probably been a while since you played the studio version. So
very much so. Very much so. Yeah.
I always say that it feels like when people come to Drumeo, we always pull out the studio versions, and the usual response is, "Well, I haven't listened to this since it actually came out."
Yeah.
So,
I could see that. I could definitely see that. So.
Well, dude, welcome here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Long time coming. You've been requested to have on the channel for many, many years, and I'm so glad we could finally do it.
Well, very much so. It's an honor for me to be here.
Especially when Creed is back.
Yeah, man.
So there's like no better time to be doing this stream, and I know many of you watching are also fans of Alter Bridge, and we filmed some other stuff diving into your playing with that band.
Yep.
But this stream is going to be all about Creed.
Yes, sir.
First of all, like, what's it like being back? Like, it's been 10 or 11 years since you guys are back out on the road and back playing together.
Yeah, it's been surreal. I mean, I think we knew our last run of shows was back in 2012. Mm-hmm. And, you know, since then we've sort of just been doing Alter Bridge stuff. Scott had been doing his own solo stuff. And the timing just felt right. And there was sort of a buzz in the air. There was a lot of like TikTok videos that were starting to show up with like Creed songs in it and memes and whatever else. But, you know, it kind of kept us relevant. And there was a sort of a groundswell of, you know, fan support that were sort of calling for it. And we finally woke up and listened.
Very cool. So in this stream, we're going to be playing a bunch of tracks. I think we have 2 from each of the first 3 records. So we're going to kind of dive into each of those. And we're going to talk about your playing style and influences. There's a lot of cool things we can dive into. And as we're going along, if you're feeling inspired to actually try playing the drums and you've never actually tried picking up the sticks before, we'd love to help you out. There's a free trial down in the description. You can try 7 days of Drumeo for free, and we'd love to help you get started playing on the best instrument in the world. So you can check that out if you like. We're going to jump into another track. This one's from Weathered, the 3rd record. Tell us a little bit about Bullets. This is one of the ones you suggested.
I did. It's, you know, it's in 6/8/3/4, depending on how you count it, which I don't think Creed did a whole lot of back in the day that I can recall.
Yeah.
And this was sort of the opening track on that record. I think it was the opening track on that record. But just showed a heavier side of what, you know, Creed did back in that moment. And it's a fun song to play on the drums. We tend to open with it every night live. Mm-hmm. A lot of pyro and lighting and video and, you know, stuff like that. But being in a, you know, not a straight 4/4 time signature, it's not super complicated to play. Like there's no crazy off time rhythms, but it's just a fun tune. A lot of energy.
Cool. I have a few questions, but let's watch you play it first.
All right, cool.
This is Bullets. Yeah. Nice.
There you go.
What a great opener.
Yeah, thank you.
I can see, I imagine with all the pyro and stuff, that's just killer.
It's pretty fun. It definitely gets the heart rate up, gets the blood flowing pretty quick. So.
Yeah. I'm curious, the ride cymbal part at the beginning, like,
yeah.
I don't see a lot of drummers going over and playing like two hands on the ride.
Oh, yeah,
for like
yeah.
an intro. Like, was that inspired by something or someone, or just kind of what came to mind?
I think it's just kind of what came. I'm sure it was inspired by a lot of influences from, various players, but it's just what came to mind at that point in time, just kind of leading up a build, into that initial explosion.
When you started playing, did you start with a double bass pedal on your kit like from day one, or was that something you kind of got into?
I did start from day one, but it was always just to do like little
bursts.
Triplet burst. Yeah, it was never, steady, through measures and measures of double bass.
So going back, I think one thing that was really interesting to me about kind of like your early years playing, you even mentioned it earlier today, that you started playing when you were 18.
Yeah.
Which there's been a few people who've been on the channel who started in their 20s and stuff.
Sure.
But I'm always curious, like, what was it at 18 where you're like, I think I want to play drums?
I'd always wanted to play drums. I mean, I'm certainly going to date myself here, but like the Sears, Christmas catalog, you'd go through and there's always like an electric guitar and like a drum set. And I was just always drawn to that. My dad and my parents, but specifically my dad, who was not professional, but a very avid trumpet player. When band first came up in the 5th grade, 6th grade, whatever it was, I wanted to play drums, and he informed me that I needed to play a musical instrument.
Oh no!
So got you back, Dad.
Yeah, there you go.
So I played I played piano as a kid. I played sax for years and years, and then finally, I think I told my parents, I'm like, I'm either going to quit band, or you're going to let me play the drums.
Yeah.
And I'm sure part of it was they didn't want a drum kit in the house. They didn't. Every parent's nightmare.
Yeah.
Is to have
the real heroes, the parents.
Yes, is the parents who allow their kids to be drummers at a young age. But yeah, finally I was just listening to music, and I mentioned, Time's Up and Vivid from Living Colour being very, very profound albums on me. And I was drawn to everything in that band, but specifically the drums and Will Calhoun as a drummer. So just kind of put my foot down and set an ultimatum, and they said yes. And here I am doing Drumeo now, a million years later.
How many years was it until you actually met the guys in Creed or actually put that band together?
If I started playing in like 90, 91, we met in the fall of 94.
Okay.
Started recording My Own Prison as a demo album in the summer of 96. And then we were signed by the summer of 97.
Crazy.
So I was just kind of thrown to the wolves. Like we'd played bars and restaurants and stuff like that, but then to, have an album that was sort of unknown, but was charting really well. To go out and start playing in front of crowds, I kind of had to learn like what meter actually was and tempo. And, I definitely sort of really crafted a lot of my early drumming years in front of people.
Mm-hmm. We just had Matt Helders from the Arctic Monkeys in here.
Yeah.
And he was saying kind of similar, but he said like he had only been playing a few years and then joined the band and was making records.
Oh, wow.
And almost like learned how to play drums through making albums and touring.
Yeah.
And I guess similar for you, you were still in your like formative drumming years, I guess.
Yeah.
And like in a big band.
Yes, for sure. For sure. In studio, I definitely had a big part in playing in me becoming a better drummer as far as meter was concerned, because, learning to play to a click track and learning not to fight the click track, to let it be your friend as opposed to your enemy, which it was for so long.
Yeah.
And most of the live touring that we did was just live. There was no click. There was no, nothing. So you would go back and listen to recordings, live recordings. You're like, oh my God, we're playing that way too fast. Like we need to slow this down, or this needs to be sped up or whatever. So it was a lot of trial by fire.
And in those years, like leading up to that first album, like who were the bands and drummers that you were really into that like pushed your drumming forward?
Again, Will Calhoun for sure. Matt Cameron, Soundgarden was a huge part of that. Danny Carey, as I've said, I don't play anything like him, but I think everybody's inspired by him.
Totally.
It was sort of through those years that I always knew of Led Zeppelin, and then just realized how important John Bonham was going to be to me sort of during those formative years, and the way that he played, the feel that he played with, the restraint that he'd show in spots and the ability to just go for it in other spots was a huge part of what I carry with me to this day.
Let's do another track. So we've got One Last Breath.
Okay.
From Weathered.
Yep.
What can we expect in this one?
I mean, this it's very straightforward. It's it's mid to slow tempo, so it's just finding the pocket in there and not getting ahead of it. But it felt like it didn't need crazy drums in this song. You got to let the song speak for itself. And
yeah.
This was again one of those times where you got to show some restraint.
Please come now, I think I'm falling, holding on to what I think is safe. It seems I found the road to nowhere, and I'm trying to escape. I yelled back when I heard thunder, but I'm down to one last breath, and with it let me say, I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking, hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking, maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. Hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking, maybe 6 feet ain't so far down. Please come now, I think I'm falling, holding on to all I think is safe.
Nice, man.
Thanks, man.
It's got to be like playing that stuff in like a sold out stadium or arena. And like those songs have such strong hooks.
Yeah.
And the drum parts, like, I don't know, it almost feels like the drums are in support of what's happening with the full band.
Yes.
It's not just playing a groove and that's it.
Yeah.
Lots of shots and punches that are.
That's it's always been something I've keyed into, whether it be something vocally or something guitar if it's like a, you know, on an and stab or
Yeah.
or something like that, that, you know, because again, in a song like that, there's no need to do some kind of crazy 2-measure fill or anything. Although there might be like a 1-measure fill in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, playing for the song is as important to me as you know, busting out the hottest lick there is.
Yeah. For a lot of you watching, you're probably going to be expecting to hear songs like Higher in this stream, and don't worry, there's other videos we filmed on some of the hits. But one common theme that came up today with all the videos we were filming is a lot of these songs you could just play meat and potatoes straight through, but there's all these little things that you add in that are in line with guitars and bass and stuff that it's just like a little bit more than what you would expect.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's super refreshing.
Right on, thanks, man.
We're gonna keep moving along. So with these first 3 records, but also with the 4th record too, like what are some of the things that maybe changed with your mindset in how you were recording in the studio? I know a lot of drummers, when they go in and do that first record, it's here's all my chops. And then into record 2, 3, and 4, it's okay.
Starts to steady decline,
Yeah, so what was that like for you with all of those records? Is there a difference, or did you have pretty much a steady approach?
I think there's a difference. I mean, I certainly went in, I think, on My Own Prison, trying to show off a bunch of chops that I really didn't have. And, you know, sort of learned to scale that back. And on the second record, being a better drummer and more comfortable in the studio, you know, we got to cut loose a little bit more. With this one, with Weathered, there's certain songs where, like in Bullets, where you can kind of let go, and it's just a more aggressive song. When we recorded Full Circle, which, you know, maybe we'll feature down the road, something like that, but there's a lot of playing on that record. That was after, you know, 3 year-plus long tours on album 1, 2, and 3, you know, doing all of the Alter Bridge albums in between that, really getting just more comfortable, kind of letting loose. There's a lot of playing on that record. There's only so many different hot licks you can do, at least for me. You just pick and choose your moments where it feels right, and again, know when to show some restraint and just let the song speak for itself.
Of all the records you've done, Alter Bridge or Creed, is there one that you would say is just your favorite, or your playing is your favorite of all the records you've done?
Oh man, that's a tough one, because I mean, we've done 4 albums now with Creed, which is, you know, 40+ songs. We're working on our 8th as Alter Bridge, so there's a whole lot of hot licks between the 12 of those. I think to pick a favorite, if I were going to pick a favorite Creed record, it would probably be Human Clay. I think that was where we were really firing on all cylinders and still staying true to ourselves. Not that we weren't past that, but
it's still kind of raw in the early days.
It's a polished raw.
You
know, and then after that, it just kind of got polished. And then with Alter Bridge, it'd probably be a toss-up between Fortress, which was our 4th studio record, and Blackbird, which was our 2nd. We really found our sound as a band. That's Miles had put on the guitar and was, you know, a much bigger part of the songwriting process on that one. And then from there, we really just kind of carried it on. So for Creed, I'd have to say Human Clay, and for Alter Bridge, it'd be a toss-up, but I'm gonna go with Fortress.
Nice. There you go. Go listen to those records.
There you go.
Scott's favorites.
Yes.
We're going to jump to the next song. Before we jump to some stuff from Human Clay, the next song we have is One.
Okay.
From My Own Prison. What can we expect on this one?
This is more up-tempo, upbeat, kind of a, you know, uplifting type song. Some nice little stabs. I think the job of the rhythm section, we can find our moments to shine, but you really need to hold down the fort and, you know, let guitar and melody be the focal point. So more or less, that was my approach to this song.
Nice. Let's hear it.
My
Yeah. There's a lot going on in that one.
Yeah. It's not busy, but it's busy. There's a lot of little hi-hat ride accents. And
you mentioned earlier today you're a big Carter Beauford fan.
Yeah.
Like all that stuff, even in other songs, you're doing a lot of like left-hand stuff on the hi-hats. Is that from like Will and Carter?
It's definitely Will and Carter. Specifically Will. That was I think it was on the chorus of Cult of Personality where, he's doing kind of a neon lights.
Yeah.
It's just something that stuck with me, and I stole it, and I'm proud to say I stole it, but I've kind of morphed it into sort of my own thing as the years go by.
It's a good place to steal from.
And you know what?
Can't go wrong with Will Calhoun.
100% agree. 100% agree.
That's awesome. People ask when you're playing rock in any capacity, like for you, you're doing this for a living, you're doing this in stadiums all over the world. Like, what are the key things you're focusing on as a rock drummer? Is it time? Is it sound of different instruments on the kit? Is it watching the band? Like, what are some things that you focus on?
It's kind of a combination of all three of those things. I mean, I think time is the most important part of my job. You watch a crowd that's doing this and something throws them off and you can see it, like what just happened? There will be times, during a set where might have some big fill that's supposed to come up and I'm just not feeling it that night. I'm like, rather than try and pull this off, let me just do something a little more simplistic just to make sure everything is still, flowing. And we joke about it within the band. I mean, a singer can forget the words and they can kind of flub their way through it. A guitar player can clam a note. Bass player can clam a note. When a drummer clams a note, everybody knows.
Oh,
It's very instantaneous where, and the rest of the band always looks back at you, which makes it real obvious that you've done something wrong. So I definitely try to avoid that as much as possible. I mean, we're all human. Things happen. You break a stick, drop a stick.
Yeah.
You just have a bad night. But I think keeping that is most important. There are times where Scott might let a part go on longer than it normally would, like when he waits to come in.
Yeah.
And both Brian and Mark will look back at me to give the nod of like, all right, we're going on the next part. So it's a combination of all those things.
Yeah. Next, we're gonna do a heavier track.
Okay.
We got "What If."
All right, sweet.
From Human Clay. I think this was the first Creed song I ever heard.
Wow.
So I'm like, man, if Scott ever comes to Drumeo, gonna ask him to play this song.
For sure.
There's like the cool phrasing. I think it's in like groups of 3.
Yeah.
Where the vocals happen in the bridge or something. Or
yes.
Yeah.
It's fun, high energy. It's nothing overly complex. Again, this was where you're rocking and you don't want anything here distracting from the heaviness that's being brought out there. So it's just a straight ahead, just a banger.
Cool. Let's hear it.
All right.
Feel I've been beaten down by the words of men who had no ground.
almost at the end of the stream. Scott, it's been so great hanging out.
It's been amazing.
Hear all these tracks and hear the stories behind them.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
It's been a blast, and I hope I get invited back.
Anytime.
Awesome.
We got to see you guys live now. I think you're back in the summer of 2025, so
We are.
it's going to be good.
Open invite. Everybody gets to come out. Come on.
It's going to be a Creed party.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, we're going to close out with one more song, but once again, if you feel inspired to try playing the drums after seeing Scott play through these tracks and you actually want to try it out, come give it a shot. We've got a free trial down in the description. We'd love to help you out over on the Drumeo site. The last track we're going to close with is with Arms Wide Open. We're going to close with a real feeler.
This is, yeah. You save the
best for last?
The busiest for last. Yeah.
Dude, it's just like hit after hit.
Well, thank you,
It's
man. Thank you.
pretty amazing. And I mean, these drum parts have stood the test of time and they're hooks within themselves. And I think there's a reason these drum parts have supported the songs to the level that they've gotten to. So
I mean, I just goes to tell you, sometimes the simplest approach sometimes works out to being the best.
yeah, love it, man. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
You're
you.
always welcome back. And thanks to all of you for hanging out with us. And this is With Arms Wide Open.
Well, I just heard the news today. It seems my life is gonna change. I close my eyes, begin to pray, then tears of joy stream down my